This is the process of getting started in real estate, and obviously I can't really speak from the standpoint of doing a ton of deals yet. So it's the very beginning of March and I haven't done my first deal or contract, and I'm kind of in that position of, feeling the first bits of doubt. I think everyone feels that when you start a business. So last night, for my own enjoyment or for my own sanity, I went through the process of figuring out the timeline of how I got started in real estate. And I think late spring last year, it was kind of a seed of a thought. It wasn't really anything. Over the summer, I found out that I was gonna have to move townhouses. And so I went through that moving process and thought about purchasing a house. I was reading a book at the same time, and I realized that I believed in the product. Like, I believe in owning real estate as an investment in general. And then August 29th and September 1st, September 1st and September 4th, 2019, I did my first meetings with two friends. They're both in the real estate business. One's an agent, one's an investor. To start to talk about it, see what it's like. September 25th, my dad found out that I had these interests, and so he put me in touch with the commercial broker that handles his buildings leases up in Massachusetts, the company my dad works for. And I remember the most interesting thing about that conversation was everything this gentleman said he loved about commercial and he didn't like about residential real estate were all the reasons I was gonna like about residential real estate, and I didn't think I was really gonna enjoy about commercial. I'm not built to work a job. I don't want to have a 9-to-5. I want to have my own business. I want to have creative control. I'm a mix of OCD and control freak and workaholic. So owning my own business and having control of where my company goes is the most important value to me. And having that flexibility on a 7-day basis was just perfect. September 9th, so in that same time frame, I started to watch YouTube videos about what real estate was like, what agents do. September 9th on Amazon, I ordered the book Sell It Like Sirhan. So I read that book in the upcoming months. October 30th was my first interview with firms. October 31st, I met with another colleague in real estate. He's an agent. And I didn't register for the online course. I did mine through Mosley Real Estate Schools until November 2nd. November 4th, I interviewed at Roy Wheeler, which is where I ended up deciding to go. I'm an agent at Roy Wheeler now, and that was my second of 6 interviews that I had with different firms and different brokers. So between October 30th was my first, and December 5th was my last meeting with different brokers, and Roy Wheeler was only the second of those 6. Also in November, I watched multiple free webinars from Bigger Pockets. If you know about Bigger Pockets, there's just a real estate investing platform. They put out a lot of good content, so I was educating myself on the industry. December 13th, I verbally decided to partner with Roy Wheeler and to hang my license there. The end of December, I was gone on a Europe trip with my family. It was amazing. January 13th, so into 2020, January 13th, I finished all the coursework and I took the e-final, which is the first step before you can take the big exam. January 21st, I took the real estate exam, the national and state real estate exam, and passed on my first try. So that is November 2nd to January 21st, so 2.5 months. 2.5 months to go through that whole process. And one thing I did want to talk about, and then the end of that story, I'm going to finish in 30 seconds. One thing I thought was really cool was I saw a vision for this content coming together, and I saw a vision for marketing to happen in this way. And if you don't believe there's bigger powers in place, I believe God controls everything, and there's things happening in the background you don't know about. Matt, I told you this earlier. On February 6th, I ordered my cool DJI Osmo Mobile 3 gimbal hand stabilizer that I use for my content. That Saturday, February the 8th, I went and bought this new phone so I could take higher level content. That next Wednesday, February the 11th, Matt Cathcart, Matthew J. Photo, hit me with a text saying, "Hey man, how's the real estate business treating you? 2 days later, we got coffee. 2 days after that, we started putting some of this content together and started experimenting. And then February 22nd, so a week after that, my license came in, and I got that back from the state of Virginia. So that's about a month. That took 4 full weeks from passing the exam and submitting my fingerprints to getting my license back. And then February 28th, I registered with the Charlottesville Association of Realtors, and I was ready to go. And the last step is my first contract is to be determined, baby. We're gonna get that one soon.